Give me a 5v5 if you can see and hear me. If you can't see and hear me now, then there's something wrong with the audio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Participants, audio. Can you see anything? So now you can see and hear me. You can see and hear me, can you? Oh, good. That's what I'd like to see. Right. I'm not sure if I can show you all of this place, really. I'll ask if you want me to show anything on the camera, but not say where it is. I'm in it. Listen, I've got to seriously. I wish I could show. Oh, can I show you this? I'm not sure if it will show you what this stuff is. Right, so I'm going to try it and see if I can show you. All right, I'm going to see if I can show it. Whether or not it'll work. What I don't want it to do is go pear-shaped again. Right, so before I do, right, me and Janet went over to Norfolk, and it was a fantastic weekend, right? Proper people, met some really good people. There's some very interesting people. Neil Petrie, is it? And some other, and lots of different, and lots of our own members was there. Alex and Yvonne, Simon. What was the lady's name of the camper? Simon?
Alex?
Huh?
Was it Alex?
No, Alex and Yvonne, I know. And then there was a new camper with my favourite camper.
Yeah.
The massive, great big camper. It was beautiful. The Mercedes. I forget what the lady's name was. Sorry if you're watching, Mrs. Lady. Simon's wife. Let me have a look. Hat on backwards. No, my hat is not on backwards. Why does someone keep saying that? Look, there it is at the front, right? It's there, like that. It's not on. It's not on backwards. Backwards would be like that. Right? That's not backwards. They line these up with your eyes. Let's have a look. Nosy poke, 5b5. I had this made. Did you make Andrew Bridgeton? Yeah, but I'm already in numerous conversations with Andrew Bridgeton. I will say he didn't stay for my part of the event, so but I'm not, he's obviously a very busy man. But the event itself was fantastic. So a massive thank you, and I think I've already said it, to Chris, Mark, Simon, there's a few other people, Amy, for making the coffees. We had a few meals there, and it was a great day. I love it there. Got to say, it is it's an anti-woke festival, right? It's the anti-woke Glastonbury, except it's not in Glastonbury. It's in Larlin in near Thetford in Norfolk, right? But the people who went there were fantastic. I was loving every minute of it. So it was a great weekend. PSW1, brilliant weekend. Was you there? Which one are you? And again, I have to get used to all the names, etc. Ray Woods, how you doing there, Ray Woods? Or Wilnut? But I'm a good dog, though. Hey, Ray Woods, blessings, Patriot, Jot the Lad, Evening, Juicy and Lucian. There's some other things going on in the background at the moment, which I can't talk to you about. One is potentially the government having a go at me in a certain way. And I will talk to people about that, but not just yet. So on the way back, so I've seen my dad. Bear in mind we live in Devon. I've seen my dad, seen my stepmum, see Janet's mum, who's obviously end of life and not very well in her part of East London. I see someone else on the way back, so we stayed there, and I had a meet up with someone else. Which was fantastic. His name's Shane. I won't say any more than that. But proper geezer, right? So the right people are connecting with each other now, and the people who really understand what's going on, to the extent that there's a few things I wanted to say to people, and there was someone else I met at the festival that's very important. I've had a number of discussions with him on the phone since the festival. I also spoke to a group of solicitors, and we may be doing something to do with the Constitution and smacking them in the face with it, basically. And if those solicitors and barristers don't take it forward, then we will. But it is highly likely I'd have to get a barrister that understands our thinking from America, because American barristers can practice here and have got audience rights as long as they've done the bar exam element. There's some sort of switchover element they have to do here, and they can be dual barristers. So that's something that we're looking at. If that happens, everyone will have heard of the English Constitution, right? The conversation I had, it's hard for me because I can't really tell you what's going on with it yet. Not because I don't want to tell you, I just don't want the enemy to know, right? You're not the enemy, but they definitely listen into this stuff. It's rare that I listen to someone's story, go to bed thinking about the story and how the Constitution would stop that and can stop it, and how you would formulate the argument. And Janet, I tell you, I woke up in the morning and went, this is how you do it. Bang, 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 bang. And then I conveyed that to the person and said, you have a very good constitutional case, not only against the King of England, but also from the Bill of Rights directly. So the Coronation Oath Act and the Bill of Rights, and we could push this forward. But I said, what to the fellow? Your problem is that you don't know what I know to stand up and argue it for yourself. And the solicitors and barristers that you're currently talking to are not going to have a clue. They're indoctrinated. They are Christian, but they're indoctrinated. They're university educated. And I had a chat with a solicitor. I said, if it was down to me, I'd sack thousands of solicitors in this country, because they don't understand the Constitution. They've never been taught it, and it's about as good as a chocolate teapot when it comes to the Constitution. So that's come out of that event, right? And I don't mind doing the work on it, but I think we'll probably end up getting an American. And I explained to it, there's some big American cases going through the Supreme Court at the moment that can assist us a lot. And solicitors and barristers over it won't like that at all. And then on the other side of the fence, you've got some things that the government are doing that are directly attacking me. Right, so I just want everyone to know. Do you want me to show you where I am? So where I am at the moment is 13 acres. They do glamping. They've got shepherd's huts. Well, me and Janet are in the shepherd's hut, right? I pulled up here this morning. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I haven't got I can't on this system. I can't show you the photos, but I took some photos that were quite funny. One of them was me with a hat laying on a deck chair, like chilling out. But it's so quiet here. I'm going to see if this works. You might want to, if you don't want to be on camera, I would jump out of the way. I'm going to see if I can show you this. Whether it works or not, I don't know. It might go pear-shaped pretty lively. this goes pear-shaped, I'll log back in again. And let's see if I can actually... Oh, right, my camera's not on. Well, it's completely connected. So, can I do that? No, I can't. The only way I could do that is if I could reconnect. And I don't know how to reconnect it. I wonder if I could reconnect it. No, probably not. See if there's anything on there. It hasn't reconnected as yet. If it reconnects, I'll pull it back on, but I don't think it's done it. So what I might be able to do is turn the camera around and face it the other way. That's going to be a lot more difficult, I've got to tell you. Let's have a look. Wessex 77. Good evening. So there is some footage of me talking to them. The actual event was on the outside, so our banners was waving about. They went over once, and we was trying to sit on there and doing different things. I'll have to develop something else for that particular event. They have asked me to go back next year. There was lots of people there. I would suggest there was a CPAC over the week. Does everyone know what CPAC is? Like conservative, whatever it is, a CPAC for the UK. And there was probably about 70 people that turned up. Well, there was, at this event, it was probably 200 to 300 people. And the event went over 3 days as well. So you had people on each term. And then loads of people turned up with their campers. People was camping. This is at the place in Norfolk. And you've got local facilities. And again, you've got rooms at the Angel Inn. But I absolutely loved it. And it was nice talking to people. Everyone is on our wavelength. So that was fantastic. John Aspinall. I'm in Maplethorpe at the moment with the grandkids. It's nice and sunny here. Maplethorpe's lovely. Why was there 2 separate events? I was at the WTF festival in Wrexham. You guys should have joined forces. I haven't got a clue. What's the WTF stand for? Mr. and Mrs. English just had chicken steaks plus spring onion peppers, etc. Well, hello. Let me have a look. I'm just looking at the questions. So what I'm going to try and do, I don't know that this is on a laptop. I've got my Starlink. And what I'm going to do is pick this up. The problem I've got is as I turn this around, you're not really going to be able to see this properly, but I'm going to turn it around, right? There's my Starlink. You see my Starlink?
Go down a bit. That's it.
There's my Starlink. See that? And now you can see that. Can you see that? So I'm going to go out here. You might have to stand at the side and set out a camera shot and then tell me whether the camera... That's the only way we can do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's not working.
Come on, I'll take you for a walk.
Come on, you take me for a walk. I feel like I'm on a lead.
That's later, darling.
Right, that there is... What's it called? A shepherd's hut?
Shepherd's hut.
Can you see that in this image? Without getting on the image?
Yeah.
Right, so if I go into this, you've got all nice little lanterns and all that. We just had fish and chips. I'm not sure if you can see inside there or not. Right, we've got a double bed. Is that open? Oh, it's open. Look. There you go. Can you all see inside there? Let's see if I can turn that up a bit. You all see inside there? We've got a double bed. You've got a little thing there. Got TV on there. Well, let's see if I can find this. And then outside, tell me if you can, if that's seeing it.
Yeah.
Right, see, you can see at each one has its own little. And by the way, you can book up so your whole family can book up every shepherd's hut, right? And there's another. How many? So there's 4 shepherds' huts, and then you've got these other things, right? Which I think are the absolute. You got these, right? And you can have little fires outside. They've got little things for the fires, and then you've got the. Can you still see that in the image?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Try and work out if I can. My camera and point it here, and then you got other. All around the other side of there is. You will see that. Not sure if you can see that or not. Up the end there. Right, that's that's a little toilet block in there. It's got shower units in it, etc. And it's also got a kitchen at the end where you can go in. It's got little benches. Oh, you might have to come. Hang on, let me come in this way.
I'll just look away.
Yeah?
I'll just look the other way.
But this, hopefully you can see inside here, right? Hopefully you can see this. I can't see if you can see it or not. Right? There's big double bed here. Little radio in there. Right? So there you go. I'm just showing you that. Tomorrow night, I'll show you the horses. How's that? Right, so we're going back up here. I'm hoping you can see all this. I'm just walking around with a laptop. I'm completely blind. Right? So again, they're the shepherd's huts in this. Don't forget this is one of our members. So what the member originally wanted, but we had to be careful because of all the trolls, is we was going to have a big, massive ECP event here where people could bring their campers, come along and book up, and we would have a proper little do in here where you can have a drink. But round there, let me go back to here, hopefully. that weren't the best way of showing this. If I get I'll try and get my other camera out and see if I can plug it in and show people that way, because then I could be able to see what I'm showing you. But no one could see what was going on. I'm gonna have one of these. So it's 13 acres. It was a small loading. The other side of the toilet block, they got stables and got some horses in there. We went and said hello to the horses, and a little pony, tiny little pony. And it's family run and it's really lovely. When I say it's quiet and chilled out here, it is completely relaxing. I would say it's even better than Devon. In fact, as you drive through this area, because this part of Kent is quite hilly and undulating areas and all that, so you're driving around and it feels very Devon-y, to be fair. And you've got a lot of old buildings. Let's have a look. Quick, Elon, turn DD back on. Can you all see and hear me? Hang on. I'm not sure if I'm connected. Can you see and hear me? Because I might have walked too far away from the Starlink. Well, it looks like Boss Hog in that half. Who's Boss Hog? Do you know Boss Hog?
Wasn't that the fat geezer off of the Dukes of Hazzard? Was that him? I don't.
Are you suggesting I'm a fat geezer? Whoever said that? Jason? Absolutely, June. I don't know what's going on. It looks like Boss Hog. Who's Boss? Who's Boss Hog? Mr. and Mrs. English, you was buffeting a bit whilst doing your walk around. Oh, right, okay. Has it gone normal again now? Because the Starlink's just sitting right by me, and it'll obviously be a lot better if it's like that. I've got plenty of battery power at the moment, anyway. What is that? Have I just pinned that by accident? Better pick now. You're sat in one place. Thank you. All good now, Daddy. Well done. Not sure if can I see some messages? Send me some messages on Rumble because I'm not really getting a lot of Rumble messaging. I was losing you on a walkabout. It's 5 to 5 now. Mr. and Mrs. English. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we seem to have lost the Rumble chat. We seem to have lost the Rumble chat. Let's see if I can find it. Can Rumble send messages? It might as well just see if this is working. It's like it's disconnected from Rumble, but I'm actually live streaming on Rumble. It don't make any sense. Can Rumble send messages? All right, Oshosh, well done. Was only interested in Daisy Wilnut. Laugh out loud. We are here, DD. Right, so there's quite a few people out there. Yeah, you're back now. Daddy Dragon Channel. Hello, DD. Well done. Thank you very much, Sue Ellen. Neil 56, Gooner Mum, hello. Yeah, so the basis of it is there's a lot of things going on in the background. It's very, very, very positive that we're getting out and speaking to people. There's a lot more people are asking about us and want to talk to us. And they are talking about the Constitution of England. Someone just sent me something. That's not funny. Let's have a look. I don't know if you'd be able to see this. You probably wouldn't. Yeah, look. That's round the back there. We're moving with my cowboy boots on, my cowboy hat, having a little chat with the horses, as it were. Let me have a look. So Charlie B at B5RN. I've got a barrister for you. That's a bit of glamping. Looks great, DD. It is. Oh, by the way, Dave, it's only up the road from you, this place. Just to let you know. In fact, I am literally up the road. While you've reminded me, let me know, because if we're driving about tomorrow, we might be able to pop out and see you. Someone just sent me a picture of Boss Hog, and it's not very flattering. Thank you very much for that. What are you making a coffee? Oh, well done. Neil 56, all right. H looks like you were in Texas today. I've got to be honest with you. It's lovely. It's lovely here, right? And I'm walking, and it is so quiet. It's like Devon. It's quiet like Devon, but this to walk out of where you're sleeping and you just walk. I could have fell asleep in that chair earlier, easily. In fact, the lady who owns it has just said to me, Kelly, her name is, just said that her husband often sleeps outside. Like she puts him out like a cat. Right, so he sleeps outside. But it's so quiet. Do you know when I definitely think, without any doubts whatsoever, there is a natural thing with nature that makes you more healthy of mind if you're connected to it in some way. So when your mind starts going pear shaped on you, you just walk out into complete. I mean, literally, he was walking around the corner. There's rabbits running about in front of us and shooting off in all directions. Did anyone see that one? I did, where where the rabbit jumped out of the bush and frightened the life out of it. Oh, that was hilarious. Let's have a look. Don't forget to subscribe, share. Yeah, I know. So again, there's a couple of things that I'm doing at the moment. So I'm still like tomorrow. I'm going to be trying to work on some of the stuff and see if I can get it in. But there's quite a bit going on. And good evening, everyone. So see, don't forget, sharing is caring. Although this one's been a bit patchy, I want to do if I can. Tomorrow I might get the actual camera out, rig it up, and then walk around and do a proper little show thing, and then put it out for people. If they want to come in, they can. Let me tell you something. This place is easy to spot, right? So Kelly said to me, I think she's there. Cockney girl, West Ham United, is in the chat. This was funny. Right? She says, "Yeah, you'll know this, Gaff." I didn't know until last night, by the way. I went to see this other person, Shane. Shane took a selfie, or took a picture of me and him standing in this pub in East London because he went, "Oh, I've got to meet you." Right? So he was in there and we had a chat for a couple of hours about everything, politics and everything. He's quite young, but he's well switched on, proper switched on, right? And I'll tell you what else we was talking about in a couple of minutes. But then he sent a picture to Cockney girl, West Ham United. And then she texted me. She said, "Well, if you're in East London, see if you've got time, pop in and say, mate, don't forget." And I said, "How far are you away?" And she went, "Only an hour." Right. So we've zipped something. And then she said, "If you want to stay, you can stay." And I said, "Well, I might be able to stay 1 or 2 nights." She said, "Well, you can stay Tuesday night and Wednesday night, and then Thursday that we've got a booking." I said, "All right, then I'll come down." Janet didn't even know. This is 11 o'clock at night. And then Janet's going, "Oh, what time we leave?" And like, "We're going to do a couple of stops on the Thetford." I said, "Yeah, we'll leave about 10, maybe 11. I said, "But we're not going back to Thetford." She went, "Oh, where are we going?" And I went, "Well, we're just going down into Kent and we're going to do a bit of glamping." So she was like, "Oh, all right then." That was it. So we got in the car and come here, and then we obviously see Kelly and that. But Kelly said to me, "Just when you're driving down the lane, all you got to look for." Let me say, you would have drove past the place if you didn't know. She said, "You'll know our place." I said, "What's that?"
Kelly's saying you've gone off.
Huh?
You've gone off.
What, the sound?
Frozen.
Has it gone off again? Huh?
Just now.
How bad is this? Are you all? Can you all see and hear me? Give me a 5p5 again. Give me a 5p5 if you can see and hear me. This is saying I'm live. Can you see and hear me? Can you see and hear me? Yeah, they're coming back to 5p5. It's theirs. Yeah. That's it. So this is funny, right? So driving down, I said, evidently we'll know it by the flags, and this massive, great big flag poles outside, right? And it's got St George's flag, a Whiffen, and I think it might be 2 Whiffens. It's all English flags. So when people are talking, it's like everyone's going. She said, foreigners turn up here and are really interested in the flags. What's that flag? That's the original English flag. That's the one that when we come over and spanked you, we used that one. But it was good, yeah. And let me have a look. Sandy's good, 5p5. Birthright 3. Let's have a look there. Yeah, so you've got all the English flags outside. And then they're proper English. Oh, I'll tell you a story today. So we drove out with Kelly's mum and dad. So when we got here, Kelly had to go for an appointment somewhere. So her mum and dad took us out. We went for a breakfast, late breakfast. And on the way back, we stopped at this place, right, which was stunningly beautiful. It's got a little thing where you look right over the Valley of Kent, right? You can see right out for miles and miles. And there was only one person there. It was a fella on a motorbike, sitting there having a coffee. So, when his mum and dad were in their 80s, was talking to this young fella on a motorbike, and I noticed that he had an English flag on his number plate, right? So they started talking to him. They started talking to him, and he said, "Yeah, it's my birthday." So I went, "Oh, what's your name?" And he told us his name. He said Joshua. So we've all gone, got to do it then, haven't we? Happy birthday. This is the middle of the countryside overlooking the Kent Valley, right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. We all started singing to him. He went all red, right? And he was sitting there, we done it. He was laughing, right? So we sang him happy birthday. And then we started talking about England. He said, you know, I'm English. He started talking about all this stuff, right? We're thinking, I said, do you watch him? He went, no, who are you? So that when we started explaining it to him, and he said, oh, right. He said, tell me what you said. I don't do social media. He said, I'm not into any of that. He said, I just want to be left alone and be English. And he said, but this country is gone to pot. He said, it's all dead. He said, I won't go into London. So it was really fantastic. It's just unsafe. And he was only 20. He was 20 today. And then he roared off on his motorcycle. Yeah, so we was having a number of conversations. Getting back, there you go, look. Yeah, Joshua. Happy birthday, Joshua. So we've you never know, he might even be watching tonight. He probably thinks, is this it? No, this is not one of my normal shows. This is because I'm glampings and I've just put it on the table. We got a little bin here for having a fire. You have a little fire and all that. It's fantastic. If I could do a proper video thing and a whole place, I'd do it and then put it all together. I called you Dot. I've had it. My best mate was called Dot. Didn't mean it's a lazy way to write your name. This my mate, unfortunately, took the COVID jab. Oh, right. Let me have a look. Like the hand grime. Yeah, that's it. You got to get out there, ain't you? You're horrid. So, yeah, the old Starlink is working. That's the mini. It works. You literally just get it out, plug it in. I can plug it into my car or plug it into the mains. You put your phone on and it says turn it that way. You turn it that way, just leave it there and go bing bing and it all comes straight up. So it is fantastic. John Stock, only 20. You should give him the bumps. Yeah. He's a bit big for that though. How you doing? Let's have a look. Anyone else out there? Juicy and Lucy's out there. So a few things have gone on today. Anne Whitcomb. I think there's a lot we're not being told. I don't trust anything they're saying. And whilst I do not want this to be the case, I would not be surprised if she was decapitated, is my answer. And when I looked at some of the artists drawing of him today, compared to the other two pictures of people that they've put up, they're not what I would consider as the whole thing stinks from start to finish. DD, are you auditioning for a remake of Blade in Saddles? Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Listen, I'm in the country, I'm walking around. When we was at Norfolk, I was testing the speakers, and me and Janet were sitting outside the inn, and they was testing the speakers, and they started playing And so I'm a rhinestone cowboy. So I run to the car, grabbed my hat, run over and started singing it. And then just as I got there, the music stopped and one of the bar people was coming out having a break and they was laughing. So I run over there with a cowboy hat on it, all stopped. Yeah. It was a good laugh line. There's great people. There's really great people at that event. Anyway, so there's lots of different things happening at the moment. I had a great discussion with someone about what he's talking about. But you remember them so-called 12 people that got arrested for this far right thing in Suffolk, where they was looking at Islam. So I want people to understand, and I'm sort of talking directly but indirectly to the actual people that were arrested. Right, it's one of the tie-ups in East London. They said no. First of all, only 9 people was arrested. So where these other 3 come from, they don't know. They didn't ask any questions. They wasn't at the event for that. They was doing some filming. There's a particular reason for this, by the way. There wasn't 10,000 people there, the Muslims there. There was 45,000 people there. Right? They said like they're lying. They're not sure, but they think this group has actually bought the manor house and the acreage. The particular, I can't remember what they're called. It's a funny name. This group of this Islamic group has been banned in, think of this, Saudi Arabia, Iran, a number of other Islamic countries, and Russia. Right, so it's been banned from about 7 countries. Think of the Jesuits being banned from more countries than the Jews. Right, so don't forget it's about extremism. So then, when I was talking to the fellow over East London, I said, if you think about that logically, Saudi Arabia has banned this group because they had national security concerns, right? Just think of what I just said. Saudi Arabia has banned an Islamic group from operating. They're a prescribed group in Saudi Arabia. The UK not only allow it, but allow them to purchase property and potentially training grounds, right? Just listen to what I'm about to say, right? Saudi Arabia gave Idi Amin political asylum. So if what Saudi Arabia is actually saying, this group is far worse than Idi Amin and his regime, right? We've prescribed them and banished them and said we don't want nothing to do with them. They're a national security issue, right? And all these other countries, and yet these people are arrested. They're a group that goes around helping people. They're not nasty. They're not far right, anything like that, right? They was just showing people real footage of what these people were and how they was operating. There was 45,000 people there, not 10,000 people. So you're being lied to, right? And it's really funny that all this, they kicked off with that when someone got battered in, well, Anne Whittam got battered in Devon, right? So just this again, I'm just explaining some things that was going on. But the news that come back to me was that, and by the way, I see the actual footage that this group had taken, right? Not sort of to prove to me, right? This is their actual footage, right? This is what they shut. They said this is what they're doing at that place. And then when I was having a chat about it was very, very strange. But the anti-terrorist police was asking this group of patriots who was videoing this whether they were associated with another group called the Wagner Group or the Wagner Group. Do you remember that general that was allegedly turning on Putin? And the next thing you know, he gets blown up in a plane. Gets on a private jet, gets blown up, and there was a couple of special forces people on the plane with it. They gone bang, right? End of problem. The anti-terrorist mob were asking this group whether they was associated or had any contact with the Wagner Group. They was more interested in talking about Russia. Weird, but true. And they went, got fuck all to do with it. But we're not interested in that at all. There were some other things they asked questions about, which I may have a private conversation with someone else and feed that information back to them. That in effect, another group of people are getting questions asked about them, just to make sure you're aware. Marine mechanic home. They went. No comment. What else is going on? We're not going to be out here all night. It's getting a bit chilly now. Funny enough. My maid hasn't turned the fire on. She's sitting over at the table with Cockney Girl, West Ham United. I said my maid hasn't turned the fire on. She's got to put all the sticks and the wood in this little thing and make it up so I can sit outside and roast me toast. I'm not allowed to eat toast. Might get some marshmallows. So, yeah. I'll tell you something funny. Don't let her know. I'll tell you. So I'm laying in bed the other morning, and she normally sort of makes me a coffee or something. So she's come up and she's looking at this is our mum's, and I'm looking at, right, and I've gone. Sometimes I'm just trying to push people's button. I wake up and want to wind people up and have a laugh, right? So she's looking at me. She was, what's the matter? I went. She went, what? I went. And she picked a cup up like that and empty. Just looked at it, as if it's empty. She went to me, see you next Tuesday. I was laughing. I wake up laughing with her. It's fucking hilarious, it was. I said, I was wondering, press your button that you would call me a nasty name. she went, yeah. Anyway, I thought it was funny. She thought it was funny. Them two were sitting over here. Cockney Girl, West Ham United, is sitting with Janet over there. She said, Janet said, drink your coffee. That's the other thing. She makes me coffee. And I sit there doing stuff on the computer, keep doing different things. I'm doing this, doing that, and all that. And I go to drink it, and it's gone cold. And then I say to her, why do you keep making me cold coffee? You may not think that's funny, but I do. Right. She says it wasn't cold when I made it. Anyway, plenty of things going on. So tomorrow night, you might get another one of these ones. And hopefully I'll be a bit more sensible and go through some things. But we just literally set up. I wanted to see if it was all just going to work and in what position I can be in. Tomorrow night I might find another position. I might even sit in the middle of the field. I might even go with the horses. Sit there with the horse. Right, coming up. One of them looked like it was going to bite me. Let's have a look. Janet's got sense of humour. You need more than me, I got to tell you. I said, you do realise we'll be living in a lay-by one day. I said, you got to raise your aspirations here. I said, you won't be living in a motorhome, babe. You're going to be living in a full Mondeo. I even started looking at roof beds to put on top of my car, right? And she went, "Where are you supposed to go to the toilet?" I'm not bothered. I shouldn't joke about things like that. It was it was. She went, "How'd you get out?" Oh, that's right. So there was a couple of people at the festival who had them. Fucking some of them are nice, mate. Right? He's got. So one of them went, "Oh, this is my one, but it's quite basic." So I said, "Go on, Janet, just get up the ladder and have a look." So she climbed up the ladder. She went, "Oh, this is all right, isn't it?" I went, "Yeah, you can keep in it, can't you? It's better than sleeping in a car. Like you can actually keep in it." And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, it's lovely." And all. I'm thinking, "Oh, you better get used to this." And then she come down. I said, "You get up and down the ladder all right?" She went, "Oh, yeah, yeah." All right. So we got round the corner. Someone else said to me, "He's got a better one round the corner." Right. I said, "What's that?" He said, "Because they've got a camper van, right? Just a normal van, like rock and roll bed. And then he's got a top box on top of that, and then they get on that, and they got an awning and all that. But it's not a long term, really. It's a long term thing, right? So I said, go and have a look and see what you think on that. So she climbed up the ladder. She's getting used to that bit. Oh, I do know how to live. Graham, about to get milkshaked. We need 5 million for his security detail. Let me tell you something. If I told you what's going on in the background now, you would all freak out, right? I mean, we we are being attacked, right? And I sit there and think, "Fuck you," right? Uh, I'm never going to surrender. Don't matter what you do, right? So there's lots of things going on. I am sure I can find an old caravan. I'll park it somewhere. What's his name? That guy? Has. Get what his name was. Yeah, he had a blinding caravan. I think we've got some pictures of it. If I can get all the pictures, I'll show it to you. But it was lovely. Blessings, greetings, and salutations to DD and Patriots. Simon Lacey. Simon, I received your PDF today. Thank you very much. I haven't read all through it yet, but I will be reading through it. Because that is very, especially with Lord John Summers, it's very interesting. We need English. We, the English, are truly free under the English Constitution and common law jurisdiction. Yeah, we are. Again, there is someone else I'm speaking to. I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but there are some things going on in the background. Very, very good stuff. Paz, DD. No, not Paz. He's the guy. He's the guy. He's part of the Norfolk and the Thetford group. He's been arrested a few times. You don't care. They've tried to nick his caravan. He went and nicked it back off them. They hooked up his caravan and took it off. They found out where it was and they hooked it up and took it back. It's excellent. And I see him. I went, you are the nuts. I love it. But he was there. Like he got told off because he had his music on till 2:30 in the morning. It was like boom, boom, boom. Right? Janet went, "Did you hear that music last night?" I said, "Oh, my hearing aids out." No. And our room we was in the actual inn, so we couldn't really hear it. Well, we could hear it, but it wasn't as bad as people trying to sleep next door to him. Yeah, it was quite funny. Let me have a look. Catch a monthly English coming home. I'll tell you now, I was very pleased with more and more people. And again, meeting that young fella today, 20 years old, on the back of his number point, he said he went and put England flags up. all around this area. He said before the football, nothing to do with the football. He said everyone come down and took them down, right? He said then when the football started, they all put them up again, and they've left them up, right? He said, but when you start talking to people out of England, they don't like it. He's only 20. And I said, England, whatever you do, never say you're British. He said, I don't. I'm English. And he's only 20. He's getting it. He's got it, right? He said, what they've done to London's disgusting. What they're doing to Mason's disgusting. He proper gets it. Birthright 3. Zach. That's it, Zach. Zach is hilarious. But I like him. Mr. and Mrs. That's Zach. That's it, Zach. Yeah, Zach. That's who it was. Maria Mechanic. Is it on YouTube? Yeah, he didn't get arrested at the festival. He's got arrested before. But they took his camera and when he got it back, he just hooked it up and took it back. And then there it was at the festival. We looked. I said to Janet, listen, you've got to come and have a look at the artwork on the outside. It's a blue caravan. I said, you've got to come and have a look at this artwork. And on the back, it's got sausage fingers, like you got the king with sausage fingers, but proper graphics, like where they painted it all on. And it says Royal Family Speed Dial list, and then it had Jimmy Savile. Went through the numbers for all the nonsense involved with the Royal Family. It was well funny. So currently they won't issue an English Parliament passport, but they will do once we take the country back. But I'm more pleased that lots and lots of people in the background are all talking about England. And they've started to realise there is something very, very serious wrong. So getting back to the other part of the conversation, and I'll finish off with this. I had a number of conversations about this so-called civil war. And I said, there is no civil war. That's bullshit. Civil war says English versus Englishmen, right? That's not what's going on. We are under occupation by British communists. That's what they are. It's an ideology trying to destroy England, and we are under occupation by the Fabian Society and the communists. So any form of retaliation, war, is not a war. It's a resistance movement, right? That is perfectly allowed under our English constitution. People should understand that. The English have the right to take up arms against tyranny, and there's no doubt in my mind that communism is tyranny. And the sooner the better is the answer, because you ain't going to vote your way out of this. My Edmonds, good evening, Jason. By paedophiles, what's this? And traitors, yeah. It came up in my recommends. I don't know my history enough to have landed yet. Juice and Lucy, Maria Mechanic, Calvin Perrins, tried trolling me on X. Who's Calvin Perrins? Guys, with thumbs up. I cannot find it. I don't know. Hit the thumbs up, though. Don't forget sharing is caring. Tonight's been a bit hickledy-pickledy. I will try and do a better one tomorrow night, sit there and go through a few things so you understand what's going on. I haven't got the ability to share all the different screens and bring stuff up, but I will do. There are things that I'm doing, which I'm going to be doing in a minute. We're picking some stuff up and sending it to people. Hiya. But that's it. Good night, God bless. I'm off, tiddly poo and all that. See you tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. live. And then, what's tomorrow night? Wednesday night. And then Thursday night, I should be back in Devon and be able to do a proper show again. That's it. Good night. God bless.